So we're visiting today on I guess, kind of the eve of your first road trip, your first league game. So tell me a little bit about the expectations coming up.
Because this is our first conference game, conference weekend, the expectations are kind of just to show what we have and to prove everyone wrong. I mean, we're looked at as an underdog, so to go out there and play our game and play the way that we know, no one has seen us besides a weekend of scrimmages. So we basically can set the tone for our whole season with this weekend alone.
So let's back up a step. I talked to you earlier about it. So tell me a little bit about KC. How do we come up with KC?
They're my initials, and a lot of people don't actually know that, but for Caitlin Christine.
Very nice. And you grew up in the Scottsdale area, correct?
Yep. I'm back at the same house I grew up in.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about playing hockey in Arizona as a kid.
It was actually a really rad experience because I got to travel all over the world or all over the nation at a very young age that I didn't even realize how special that was. And now looking back, it taught me so much about being independent, traveling. I got to see so many cool things. It's amazing.
And then your step from here took you out to the East Coast. So tell me a little bit about that experience and what that was like.
Yeah, the East Coast I was in culture shock for my entire year and a half there. I was there during the Juno storm. So right before I moved home, I was in snow up past my knees. And I'm a tall girl, so that is a lot of snow.
Right.
The weather was a lot different. The lifestyle was a lot different. I think I brought back my super insanely busy lifestyle that they live there back here. So, I mean, I learned a lot. It was definitely helped me get very independent and see what I wanted, where I wanted to live, what kind of lifestyle I was looking for.
So UMass Lowell, correct?
UMass Boston.
UMass Boston.
I know there's 5 of them, so.
So in other words, you were pretty close to the other captain on the men's side of this team right now, with Dylan Holman being at UMass Lowell for a year.
Yes, not far.
So did you guys have any connection at all? Did you know each other, know of each other?
No, not at all. Actually, there is an insane amount of schools in Boston alone.
Right.
Like so many that I was connected with Boston College and Northeastern, but besides that, there are so many that you don't even realize. Like, it's not like a small town aspect at all.
Right. So tell me a little bit about your style. I watched you play, I guess, a game against the Anaheim Lady Ducks, right?
Yes.
And I saw a little bit of your style. I nicknamed you the real deal because I thought you were pretty impressive.
Thank you so much.
So tell me a little about your style and what you like to do when you're on the ice.
I like to be an enforcer. I like to be strong on my feet. I was never the super talented, fast, goal scorer, so I quickly played my role as a grinder, and since I've been home, I've gotten my head on straight, so I'm not as big of a hothead as I used to be, but I still like to mark our territory and push girls around, but in a more okay way, like a more allowed style.
So one thing that I saw was pretty impressive right away was your shot. How did you develop a shot like that?
You gotta stick to your strengths. My brother, actually, he was a defenseman. He was a bigger guy. He had a great slap shot, so naturally I was like, if he can do it, I can do it. So I was working on my slap shot. Absolutely. Before I could even take a wrist shot, I just wanted to take a slap shot. That was my jam. So now I've been working on it basically my entire hockey career.
So tell me about playing at ASU, the first year program. Lindsay came back and got things underway. And, when you look at what's happened in the last 2 months, the program's actually taken on some legs of its own.
Yeah, it is indescribable. It's surreal. It's a dream come true. My friends and I have been talking about this since we were 9 years old. That is so special. It's insane to be a part of, but just to spread awareness for women's hockey on the West Coast in general is what this program is doing, and it's amazing.
Talk about hockey in general in Arizona. When you were growing up, did you ever think you were going to see a D1 program here, an AHL team now down in Tucson, and an NHL team that's flourishing, another NHL team that's coming to Las Vegas? What's going on with hockey in the desert?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. When I was growing up, I would travel to the East Coast for hockey camps, and girls would ask me, "You guys have ice in the desert?" I've been asked, "Do you own a jacket?" Like the craziest things. Like it is not something that we're known for in the desert, and this is changing everything. It's going to be a huge step in bringing hockey to the desert, which I'm maybe a little biased, but it's the best sport out there. It's the best childhood to have, and that I couldn't want anything more than to bring hockey to the desert, to the West Coast.
So for those people that haven't seen a lot of women's hockey, tell us a little bit about women's hockey and the differences between playing women's hockey and men's hockey.
There's not many differences. We don't technically check, which means we don't drop our shoulders, but we still are extremely physical. We are so because we don't check, we never really focus on that. So we focus on our skills. We focus on our skating, our passing, our shooting. I haven't played men's hockey since I was 10, so I can't really say, but I don't see many differences.
So tell me a little bit about, one of the things you guys are struggling with a little bit this year is just the sheer lack of numbers.
Right.
So what does that do for you for stamina and being able to stay on the ice?
It does great things for us. Like our games are conditioning in itself. But no, that's amazing. We're going to be in the best shapes of our lives, which is really cool. And also it just plays a role in who has the biggest heart. We just have to, when we get tired, when our lungs are struggling, we have to show that we want it more, and that's all it comes down to.
Let's talk about your leadership style. What do you have to do as the leader of this team, the captain of this team, to keep things in order, basically?
So for me personally, one of my goals with leadership is to keep everyone positive. I haven't had to do that much because the girls are already so amazing and positive in itself. Just going over expectations, I'm the only one that has played college hockey before, so I'm coming in with that aspect of I know what to expect at the higher level, and it's different. Like some of these girls haven't played in a while. Some of these girls have only played guys hockey, so this is a completely different program. The expectations are higher, the commitment's higher, the rules are different. Like communication has to be there, and that's so far what I've been working on is to just explain to the girls that we need to communicate with each other, with the coaches, just so we're all on the same page all the time.
Let's talk about Coach Ellis. Tell me what she's meant to the program, and how did she recruit you to get you here, or how did you end up getting here?
She is everything. She gave me this. She gave me a chance to play the sport I love at home in front of the people I love. She started the entire program. She's been starting it since she was still in college, balancing hockey and school on her own, being a leader at Miami of Ohio. It is something that I will forever be grateful for her. She has come in with an amazing aspects of coaching style. She's she was intimidating at first, a lot of the girls, but that's amazing. We all respect her so much, and we are willing to put in all the work for her and for each other. And yeah, she's done everything for this program. She's a great coach. We all listen to her. We all love her. She is no BS, she doesn't put up with it, and I think it's gotten a very good reaction from the team.
All right, final question for you. It's not really a question. You get a chance to talk to the Sun Devil faithful, the Inferno, everybody at ASU, your fans, your supporters. Let them know what they can expect from Sun Devil women's hockey this year.
We're going to blow your expectations out of the water. It's going to be a great year, a lot of surprises. We are the underdogs, but we take that very lightly. We are here to show ASU, to show Arizona what we have and what we produce from the desert.